Hi, good morning KG2 students. How are you today? I hope you are all good. By the way, this is Miss Divina, your presenter for today. I am glad that I will be imparting a simple knowledge to you, and I hope you're going to learn from it. I will not also forget to acknowledge the presence of your parents because they have a very big role in this situation. They are there to assist you. So much thank you for you. And I hope you're going to enjoy our e-learning. The e-learning has already been started by MBK School since then and is very timely in today's global situation that this will be done effectively. Even though we are far from school and we are just staying at home, we are still going to learn, we are still going to be learning, and we are not behind with the information. MBK School has been doing its best to give you the best education you deserve. Before we proceed, let us consider the following objectives. At the end of the presentation, students are able to: first, to distinguish winter and spring, and lastly, to create a sentence using have and had. To start with, we're going to answer the question of the week. We are doing the question of the week for us to inculcate more in mind the UAE culture. So in today's question of the week, what is the capital city of UAE? If you see this image, what comes first in your mind? You can see the Grand Mosque, you can see the Coin Building, you can see the Etihad Towers. So definitely you can see these buildings in Abu Dhabi. Yes, so the capital city of UAE is Abu Dhabi. To freshen or awaken our mind, let's review first our previous lesson. We discussed yesterday about four seasons and we focused mainly in winter and spring. Winter is one of the four seasons and the coldest time of the year. And you can see right now in the picture it is fully covered with snow. So definitely this is considered as the coldest time of the year. If we said coldest time, how are we going to protect ourselves? Definitely we need to use the proper attire. We are going to use jacket for sure, mittens, scarves, hat, socks, and boots. This is to help us to warm up ourselves. And in this season, I know you have been waiting for you to do this snow fight. Definitely this is the perfect time for you to do that. And I know it's gonna be so fun. During spring season, look at this picture. It's beautiful, isn't it? You can see the butterflies flying, you can see the trees, you can see the flower in fully bloom, you can see the meadow. So during spring season, it is the time when flowers are in fully bloom, trees begin to grow and reproduce. The days grow longer and the temperature in most areas became more temperate. And I believe for myself that this is the most beautiful season because you can see the real beauty of the nature. And now let's move on to our new lesson. Listen carefully, my dear students. We're going to talk about today about the sight words, which include have and had. These two sight words, we have been using them in most conversation and statement, have and have. But when do we really need to use them? If we are going to use have, we need to consider that it must be always in the past. And whatever the subject is, it's either singular or plural, we can able to use it. Meanwhile, when are we going to use have, we must need to consider that it must always be in the plural subject, such as I, you, they, and we. I have here some examples. I use them in a sentence. Let us please internalize it and understand how I use them in a sentence. The first sentence, she had a pet few years ago. Few years ago signifies in the past, and let us notice the subject, which is she, that is in the singular form. Second sentence, they had fun in the party yesterday. Yesterday signifies in the past. And if we noticed, the subject is they, which is in the plural form. As I told you earlier, we can use had is either in the singular form or plural form of the subject. And let's move on to have. I have here some examples as well. Now I'm going to read you the sentences. I have a pet. We have a car. You have a pen. They have a cat. If you noticed, all the subjects are in the plural form, and I didn't use any signification in the past. So everything must be in the present. But the most important thing that you need to consider is the subject. It must be always in the plural form. So you are now able to distinguish when to use have and have. And now this is your time to shine. I have provided you the lines. This is your time to show me that you already understood the lesson. Now, since I have provided you these lines, you're going to write your own sentence using the sight words have and had. But you don't need to forget how are we going to write a sentence. As I told you before, you need to follow the lines carefully. You need to always start with a capital letter. You need to give spaces between the words and always put the full stop at the end. So now you need to show me that you already understood when to use have and had. So you're going to get your paper and write down your own sentence. I know you can do it. And now we are done with the simple lecture, and I believe that we are now ready to do activities. And by the way, thank you for listening and for your cooperation. I have provided as well a worksheet, and it's actually uploaded in the portal or in the digital campus. But I just want to explain you on how are you going to do. So I'm going to read here, draw the season worksheet. And the direction is use the boxes below and follow the labels to draw the different types of season. As you can see, there are two boxes here and you just need to follow the labels. In the first box, draw a picture of winter season and write a simple sentence. So you just need to draw it in the blank and just beneath on it, you just need to write your sentence. Draw a picture of a spring season and write a simple sentence, the same thing as you did in the first box. As simple as that. Good luck. And I have here as well for English worksheet. We need to apply what we have learned on how are we going to use, when are we going to use had and have. So the direction in here, fill in the blanks with have or had. So the first sentence, I blank for balloons. So do you think it's had or have? Number two sentence, Ayesha and Said blank chocolate yesterday. Number three, Fatima blank 5 pence. Number four, Dad blank a dog few years ago. Number five, they blank a big house. I think you can do that. And I wish you to finish as soon as possible and show me what you got. Thank you and good luck. To wrap up the lesson for today, in science we had a review about four seasons and we mainly focused on winter and spring. And in English, we had discussed about two side words, have and had, and we depend on how are we going to use them and when are we going to use them in a statement or in a conversation. So, if we are going to use had, it must be always in the past, whatever the subject is. And if we are going to use have, it must always be the subject, must be in the plural form.